What's up, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I want to give you my sales script and thought process for closing high-ticket furniture sales online. Let's dive in. Well, hey, as always, welcome back to the channel. I'm so grateful for your time and your attention. Those are your most valuable assets out of all the things you have to offer, and so it means the world that you would watch this video and hopefully find something valuable in it. If so, make sure you subscribe to the channel. But let's dive into my sales script for closing high-ticket furniture sales. This is absolutely mission critical. After you know for sure that you are able to generate leads and have lots of opportunities to talk to clients, it's so important that you refine this, that you get good at this. This is probably going to be one of the absolute most valuable videos that I ever put out on YouTube in seeing a giant increase in your furniture sales. If you're selling high-ticket furniture, custom tables, benches, chairs, barn doors, hall trees, bedroom furniture, living room furniture, porch swings, whatever it might be, if you're selling stuff that's $1,000 plus, you need to use this script like your life depends on it, because your business does. I've been doing this for 6 years now, and when I discovered this process, it changed the game as far as how many sales we would close and what type of success rate we would see. Okay, so I want to give you a couple principles real quick before I get into the script. I want to give you these principles that are so important. I would classify them as like the intangibles, right? You can use this script, but if you don't incorporate these things into it, it's going to fall flat. Okay, so number one is be somebody that they can know, like, and trust, right? So like, you want the conversation to be so good that they are excited about having worked with your company. I see so many people that will do this script, but it'll just be dry, man, dry as a bone. There's no flavor, no personality in it, and that just doesn't work. Okay, so you've got to be friendly. Like, you're dealing with people that like or don't like people based on their personality, so don't have a crap personality. like be friendly, right? So number two is be a human, don't be a robot. I see so many people that are just robotic in their responses. It's just bland as all get out, right? The third point is just to be expressive. Hey, how's it going? Like, one thing that we are teaching our clients inside of the Woodworking Business Accelerator program to do right now is when we get a lead in, we'll actually take our phone and record a quick video of ourselves. Hey, Stacy, this is Zach with Iron by Iron Woodwork. So glad that you reached out. We're excited to connect with you. Just want to let you know that I did get your inquiry, and I'm about to drop some questions below. If you can answer those questions for me, I can get you a quote on that table as quickly as possible. Thanks so much. I look forward to talking to you. Something as simple as that just humanizes you. It's so important to not just be a furniture business, but to be a person on the other side of that. One of the main things I tell people to do is use exclamation points when they're talking, find common ground, post emojis, especially for guys. We don't ever text with emojis. It sounds super wild, super weird, but I promise you that by doing that, you're going to connect to that female audience that is making up 90% of your furniture sales. So be friendly, be a human, be expressive. Last one is to find common ground. How do you find common ground? If you have kids, if you have a family, you ask them, hey, do you have any kids? Yeah, I've got kids. Awesome, I do too. Send them a family picture. Connect with them. Find common ground. Oh, hey, where do you live? I live in this town. Awesome. I've been through that town. I love this restaurant. Or I have family that lives there. You know, I used to play them back in high school, or whatever it might be, right? So finding common ground, being a human, being expressive, all those things. If you don't do those things on top of this sales script, you're going to fail. So let's dive into the script real quick. So one of the main things that we always do is we make it conversational. If you just throw all the information that they want at them, it's not going to work. People ask for a price on a table. You think that by giving them the price immediately that you're going to close the deal. It's not even remotely close, okay? I lose 95% of those deals, 99% of those deals. What I've learned is that you have to make it conversational. You have to start by asking them questions. Awesome, I would love to get you a custom quote, but just to make sure it's perfect for you and your family, is it okay if I ask you a couple questions real fast? They're going to say, yeah, that's totally fine. Or they'll say, no, I just want the price. People that are like that, they're not buyers. They're not going to buy, okay? They're just tire kickers, okay? People that legitimately are interested, they want to get to know you. They want to actually have a conversation, okay? So make it conversational. So first question is, how many people are you trying to seat? Okay, I like to be able to seat 8 to 10. Okay, well, we would definitely recommend an 8 to a 10 foot long table. What size room do you have? Okay, awesome. Based on the size of the room, here's the size of the table that we would recommend. So do you have any kids? The reason I'm asking is because it may play a factor in which tabletops we recommend based on durability. Okay, awesome. Yeah, you've got 3 kids. Me too. How old are your kids? Mine's 6, 4, and 2, or 6, 4, and 3. Those are the ages of my children. Yep, I know how it goes. That's where you're finding common ground. So just a couple more quick questions here. What color scheme are you liking? Are you liking a brown top with a white painted base? You want something fully stained? What are your thoughts on that? Ask them questions, 5, 6, 7 questions to get to know what they want. And then the whole time that they're doing this, you need to start putting together their quote. I see too many people that'll do this and then they'll say, okay, give me 6 hours and I'll send you over an estimate. Don't do that. You're losing the prospect when they're at the peak of their excitement or their interest in you and your product. So if you're asking them questions and they're engaged and they're going back and forth and bantering back and forth with you, you're asking questions and they're answering, then you need to immediately get them a quote. Awesome. Give me 2 minutes. If you'll stay with me, give me 2 minutes and I'll get you a quote typed up real quick. And then send the quote in the message and then say, hey, based on what you're wanting, this is the name of the table. It's going to have all these specs and this is what the price is going to come out to. Normally it's this much, but because of our 20% off sale or 30% off sale or whatever you're running, this is available today for this. Just a reminder, it comes with all these benefits. So it comes with our warranty. It's going to include delivery if you want to do that. This is custom handmade with solid real wood as opposed to what you're going to find in furniture stores with veneers and MDF filler. So you'll say all that and you'll say, what are your thoughts on that? That question is so important to leave at the very end of your message. What are your thoughts on that? So make it conversational. Don't give away too much too fast. This is the number one mistake that I see people make, is that they immediately jump in and they start throwing numbers back at the prospect. Ask them questions, find common ground, humanize yourself, send them a video, send them a picture of your family when they're talking about their family, right? Make sure that they stay engaged. If they don't stay engaged, don't just give them everything that they wanted. Follow back up with them the next day and say, hey, I'm not sure if you saw my last message, just touching base. Would love to get you a quote. I got a couple more questions for you. Keep them engaged in that process. Okay? And then do not give a quote out when they're not engaged. Only give a quote out when they're engaged and you can get feedback. Never immediately give out a quote. I want to say that again. Never immediately give out a quote. You're basically guaranteeing you're not going to get the sale when you do that. The last part on this is to follow up consistently. Okay? So if they say, okay, that sounds good, but let me visit with my husband about it. The next thing that you want to do is you don't want to just say, okay, sounds great. I see that all the time too, where you just leave it open-ended. If you don't get resolution while you're in the conversation, you need to set a time that you're gonna follow back up with them. If they say, okay, awesome, I need to visit with my husband about this, sounds great, totally understand. When do you expect to be able to get to visit with him about it? If I don't hear back from you by tomorrow, let's say lunchtime, is it okay if I touch base with you and see what you guys decided? Most reasonable people are gonna say, yeah, that's totally fine. So then it gives you permission to follow back up with them again the next day, which is what you have to do. And if you've already set that groundwork, then it's going to make it way easier on you down the road to follow up and actually get a response. The last bit of this is that there are going to be objections that you're going to have. People that are actually buyers will actually give you objections. People think that people that are buyers don't give you any objections. That's not true. People that are buyers actually give you the most objections because they're seriously considering buying. So their brain is also trying to convince them of all the reasons that they shouldn't. So you want to make sure that you're handling objections. So what are the most common objections with high ticket furniture sales? Number one, I need to visit with my husband, which a lot of times I don't necessarily see that as an objection. They need to visit with their husband about it. So I say, sounds great. When can I expect to hear back from you? If I don't hear back from you by tomorrow, let's say noon, is it okay if I follow up with you? Yes. Okay, awesome. That's an objection. Number two is, that's a little bit out of my budget. Totally understand. If you don't mind me asking, what was your budget for your new dining table set? Then you can get their budget. Then maybe you can put them onto a different product, or maybe you can figure out how to change the chairs out, or maybe downgrade from a walnut tabletop to an oak tabletop, or something like that. The next objection is your lead time. Oh, well, I can't wait 8 weeks. I really need it in the next 3 weeks. Hey, totally understand. And you'll notice that I'm always agreeing with the prospect when they give me an objection. Hey, totally understand, totally get where you're coming from. We can rush it to you, but it is going to be an additional $300 fee. Is that something that you'd be interested in doing? So you're figuring out ways to solve these objections that they have. One might be, oh, well, you're too far away. We can't afford to pay $500 for delivery. Hey, totally get it. Delivery fees are crazy. With gas prices, with trying to ship this to you LTL. Is there any way that maybe we could meet in the middle? I could bring it halfway to you and you could bring it the other half, or you could come pick it up halfway. Would that be something that would work for you? Another objection is, well, I don't want to put 50% down, or I don't want to pay in full. Totally understand. Normally we do a 50% down deposit, but in this unique circumstance, we can do a 25% deposit to cover your materials, or the majority of your materials. And then once we start on the project, we can get the other 25%. And then when we're done, we can get the remaining 50%. Is that okay? Right? You're solving these problems to get the sale. Listen, guys, I see so many people that they put their foot in the ground. It's going to be $4,000 and I'm not taking a penny off. It's like, dude, if you could sell it for $3,600 and get the sale and still be super profitable, why wouldn't you do that? And I see see people that don't do that all the time. So this is a little bit of a longer video, but I wanted to give you something super valuable. Guys, if you will do these things, you will start to see, I promise, you will start to close more high-ticket furniture sales. This is the sales script that I use inside of the Woodworking Business Accelerator program. I'm giving you a behind-the-scenes, not holding anything back, look at the thing that has made me and all the clients inside the program highly successful. If you follow this script, I promise you it will work. If this is beneficial to you, or if you have any other questions about other objections that you see, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to connect with you, love to talk to you about this. And if you're not currently subscribed to the channel, make sure that you go ahead and do that now, because this is what we do inside of this channel. All we cover are woodworking business principles to help you sell more, grow your business, quit the job that you hate, do what you love. I've got a free resource below. Check out the Handmade Business Secrets ebook. We have the Handmade Hero Academy, which is a low-cost option to get into some of these skills and start developing them yourself. And then lastly is the Woodworking Business Accelerator program. If you are ready to scale, check that out. You're going to work directly with me, and we're going to help you grow your woodworking business. So with that being said, love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.